You have somebody that is standing in front of you and they are saying, I will do this, 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 and this. And for that, I would like you to exchange your support in the way of a vote for my commitment to do certain things. These are the things that we believe in. First, that parents have the right to raise their children the way they want. Second, that those we elect to serve us in civil government must respect and defend our right of belief and freedom of religion. Number three, that the laws and policies of civil government must provide for the safety and security of the citizens, especially the vulnerable among us. And number four, that it is inappropriate to heap debt upon the backs of our children and future generations. They came from you. They're your pillars. Hi, this is Doug Sharpe, host of the National Leadership Briefing, and this is the Midweek Touchpoint. Well, here we are at the National Leadership Briefing Training Center, and what we are going to be doing, of course, is continuing to prepare for the August 6th National Leadership Briefing, an all-important briefing, because we are going to be dedicating our entire hour, the full hour, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be dedicating that entire time to understanding better the realities that we face here in Canada with regard to human trafficking, child sex trafficking, organized crime's influence on prostitution, and body rub parlors and massage parlors, and the issue of protecting the vulnerable. We're looking at this entire issue through the lens of the third pillar, which of course is that the laws and policies of civil government at all levels, whether they be federal, provincial, municipal, and even our school board policies, must be focused on and prioritize the safety and security of the citizens, especially the vulnerable among us. And there is a vulnerable group of people here in our nation, young women and girls, and they are vulnerable to human trafficking. So we're going to be dedicating time to that all-important subject on August the 6th. However, in the meantime, there's something else on the horizon that we need to be preparing for. And of course, that is the impending, quite possible, fall federal election. And this fall federal election is a big one. It's probably, I can say, in my experience, for as long as I have been tracking and following politics in Canada, I cannot remember a more important moment in time when it comes to choosing the future course of our nation. There are going to be two very different perspectives laid out before us as far as the course that our nation will be taking, and making an informed choice as citizens on election day is going to be of critical importance. So I just wanted to take a couple of minutes and let you know of some things that we wanted you to focus on and be aware of to help you make that informed choice on election day, whenever that is. Now, some say it could be mid-September, but let's just say it's going to happen in the fall sometime. We want to be as prepared as possible. So here, this is what I'm going to leave with you today. First of all, I wanted to let you know in advance that we have been preparing a website called eDay Choice. .ca. That's eDay Choice, or Election Day Choice is what it stands for, edaychoice.ca. And we are going to be providing for you at that site a voting record of the existing members of parliament. It is so important that if a member of parliament is going to let their name stand for re-election in our nation, that one of the things we consider at election time is their record of how they have voted on the issues that are important to us during their previous term. So we are going to make sure that you have access to that information at your fingertips. Now, of course, not all members of parliament are going to be running again for re-election. So we're going to see some new faces on the scene and presenting and offering themselves up for election. So we're also on that same site, edaychoice.ca, going to be providing you with lists of questions that you can ask candidates that will help you to determine whether or not, first off, if these are individuals that are someone who represents your views and values and shares your views and values, or is at least willing to represent them as your member of parliament. And so these questions are going to be designed to be provide you enough information so you can get a sense as to where they stand on issues related to the four pillars, of course. And so you'll see that on the website as well. Now, On that note about the website, that is an investment that our organization is making. You know, we don't fundraise on the National Leadership Briefing. However, if you would like to sow into the construction of that website and for that initiative to promote the website and share that information nationwide at election time, please let me know. So you can send me an email directly at president@familyaction.ca, president@familyaction.ca, and let's talk about your engagement in and your involvement in helping us to finance that project. Okay, so that's the first thing I want to let you know is edaychoice.ca is coming your way. The second thing I wanted to remind you of is the teaching that we do on the National Leadership Briefing of how it is that we actually make the choice, the informed choice on election day. What is it that we are actually doing? So we want to remind you that at election time, what you're actually doing is you are exchanging commitments with candidates. You have somebody that is standing in front of you and they are saying, I will do this, 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 and this. And for that, I would like you to exchange your support in the way of a vote for my commitment to do certain things. Well, oftentimes what we do is we sit back passively and we look at all of the offerings that the candidates are making to actually say, okay, I'm going to look at that offering and that candidate's position, and I'm going to pick the best of the worst. Well, we don't want you to do that, just that anyway. We want you to also be able to bring forward your own ideas. So what we would like to encourage you to do is remember that you can bring up the things that are important to you. You can actually make your own offering to the candidate. You can get in touch with the existing members of parliament or the candidates themselves and say, look, I know you don't seem to want to be talking about euthanasia legislation anymore, but I do. I want to see more safeguards. And so for your commitment to increase the number of safeguards to protect vulnerable citizens from being euthanized prematurely, I would be willing to give you my vote. So you negotiate with the candidates. Now, of course, if you follow the National Leadership Briefing, you're going to be doing that same thing alongside thousands of us from across the nation, and your influence is going to be added to ours, and we will be doing that with a much larger voice. Again, if you've tracked with us on the National Leadership Briefing, but I just want you to feel that confidence in knowing that is not a passive exercise. You don't have to just sit back and wait to see what they're offering. You can make your own offer. You can make your own negotiations start happening there with candidates. And it's obviously you want to do it in a respectful way and in a polite way, but you definitely have that ability to bring up your own issues at election time. And we're going to help you with that. We've got quite a few things that we know that you're interested in talking about that you probably won't see the candidates talking about. So stay tuned to the National Leadership Briefing for that, and we will help you along. Well, I hope those two things are good, helpful for you then. eDay choice coming your way, and also your ability to establish the conversation topics during election time. Very important. Thank you so much for your time today. I look forward to seeing you on the August 6th National Leadership Briefing, again, where we'll focus on the issue of human trafficking, organized crime, prostitution, and of course, protecting the vulnerable in our society. So thank you so much for your time. In the meantime, God bless you, God bless your family, and may God continue to bless this great nation of Canada. Bye for now.